Hello and welcome to my first video. My name is Monica. You can call me Squintin if you want. I knit and I crochet. I do Tunisian crochet, and I'm also learning how to weave and mend. So if that kind of content sounds interesting to you, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps the channel out a lot. Today, I'm going to be jumping on the trend very late, but we're going to be doing the Granny Square yarn from Joann's. Here I have the colorway Black Dove. I thought it was the cutest one. And if I can get this to work, I'm thinking I might make a sweater out of it. I've always wanted to do some kind of like Granny Square sweater, so hopefully this goes well. But it hasn't gone particularly well for most of the people that I've seen do this. I'm going to start by trying to follow the exact instructions on the label. I have my hook here that I'm going to use, and we're just going to see how this goes. So if that sounds interesting to you, stick around and we'll see what happens. I'm going to change the camera angle so that you can see what I'm doing, and then at the very end we'll come back here to talk about what happened. Okay, to start off we need a 4-inch tail, so right about here. That is not quite long enough. Okay, that's about right. So we are going to start with a 5.5 millimeter hook. And according to the instructions, we are going to chain 4, 2, 3, 4, and slip stitch into the first chain. This is not my favorite way of starting a circle, but it's fine. And then my next least favorite thing is chaining 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this counts as 1 double crochet and a chain 3. All right. Now we make 3 double crochet clusters 3 times. 2 and 3. So 3 double crochet, a chain 3, and then do that 2 more times and I will meet you back there. Okay, so now we have our 3 clusters, chain 3, and now we make 2 more double crochets, into the circle, and now we are supposed to be slip stitching into our chain 3 before starting round 2. And the problem with that, as you can see, is I have not reached the next color yet. So I guess we're gonna try again. I'll move up a hook size. I'm not really good at switching up my tension. I can, but it's harder for me to stay consistent, so I'd rather go up a hook size and just see what happens there. All right, I have switched to a 6 millimeter, and we are gonna try this again. Here's our chain 4, chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now we make our, oops, now we make our clusters. And once again, we are at our last 2 clusters. Okay, I mean, that's pretty close. I mean, yeah, I'd say that's about right. It's about how a normal color change would look. Okay, so I guess we're gonna move on to round 2. The next step says to chain 6 again. 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it says to do 3 double crochet in the same chain 3 space and then chain 1. Interesting. So 1, 2, 3, and chain 1. Next, we're going to be making our corner, so it's going to be 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. I don't really like a chain 3 for the corners. I think that's too much. And I know most people who have made these things also agree that a chain 3 is just kind of a lot. But I mean, it is what it is. If it works, it works, right? So I'm going to finish up the rest of this round and I'll meet you back here and we'll see where we're at with the color change. Okay, we're back at the beginning here, and as you can see, we are bleeding into the black. I think I did loosen up accidentally, kind of out of an abundance of caution, thinking that we were gonna have too much gray left. So let's go back to this corner, and maybe I can make that a little tiny bit tighter. And maybe that will give us the right amount of gray instead of not quite enough. So double crochet my 3rd, chain 3, tighten that up a bit. And 2 and 3, chain 1, 2 double crochet in our chain 3 space. Oh goodness. And we have black again. Okay. Maybe I just went too loose on this set of 3. Tighten that up again. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, tighten this up. I mean, I feel like this looks terrible for starters. I also feel like this over here looks absolutely terrible. The chain 3 for the corners is just, well, not even for the corners, but for the start of the round is just, it's excessive. For one, Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna have to do the entire round again. I already don't like this. I've already committed to finishing the video. I'm gonna make at least one full square, but I am not enjoying the process so far. So I am gonna remake this round and I will be right back, and I'm not coming back until this is correct. So see you in a second. And we're back. I tightened up my tension for the entire round. We are basically right on target with the color change. Personally, I don't know if it's just me, if I can just see it because I know, but this section here at the beginning of the round, I just think this looks awful. Like, I don't know, is it just me? It seems bigger. This seems, I don't know, weirdly smooshed maybe. I don't know, it just doesn't seem right to me. Also, oh, the only reason this round worked is because I missed. Did I miss? No, I didn't miss. That's right. That's why that looks weird, because one of our double crochets is a freaking random chain 3. I don't know. I really don't like this pattern in general. But it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna see the next round. So let's see what we have here. Round 3, slip stitch, done, chain 6 again. 1, 2. Ooh. 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 3 double crochet in the same space. 1, 2, and 3. And if I know anything about granny squares, I'm guessing we're going to chain 1, put 3 here, and then make another corner. So I'm gonna do that. I'll finish that up. I'll meet you back at the beginning of the round. And hopefully I don't have to do it over again, but I guess we'll find out. So here we are back at the beginning, and I'm going to have to redo the round. We have 2 more double crochets left to do, and just this tiny bit of that darker gray. Also, just want to point out, or I think it's supposed to be gray and not black. But you have got the lighter gray here, and then honestly, that's the black, not even a dark gray. So I don't know what's going on with this dye, but that's interesting. Let's see. Okay, maybe if I just tighten up these corners a little bit, because they're, I mean, I don't think they look loose. Maybe this one. I don't know that tightening this up is going to get me 2 more double crochets worth of dark gray yarn. And I don't want to tighten up too much of the rest of it because this is okay. It looks okay. And I feel like if I tighten it, it's just going to cause it to bunch up. But I don't really have another choice unless I want to use a different hook size for basically every round, which sounds ridiculous to me. So I guess we frog this. And I guess I'll just try tightening up the corners. Yeah, because I really don't, I know there's only like 2 more clusters, but I really don't want to frog anymore. So, all right, let's go tighten this up. Okay, back at the beginning. Maybe I made it too tight because now, I don't know, let's see what happens, I guess. I'm not sure. I feel like we have too much gray. Even loosening up and then slip stitch. I mean, yeah. So now it's too tight, which doesn't surprise me because it's kind of curling in a little bit. I really don't want to do that round again. So, I mean, I kind of have to. I have to like perfect the tension. Otherwise, the next round is going to be way off. Or maybe it won't. Maybe it'll be okay. Maybe it'll be okay. Okay, we're gonna have faith here. We are just going to trust the process. This is gonna work out. It'll work out. Okay, so we all know how to make granny squares. I will give this a try. I'm gonna chain our 6. That looks, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna keep going, and it's gonna be fine. Just, we are manifesting that this is going to be fine. So it wasn't fine. I guess I did this round too loosely. And somehow we have bled over into the next color again. I'm so close. I think I'm just gonna go back to this corner and do that again and do all of this a little bit tighter, and I think we can make it happen. Just gotta fudge it a little bit. So let me try that. You know what? Close enough. The other thing that I'm struggling with about this yarn is I can see the color change coming, and when I see that, or even if I don't see that when I think I should, it stresses me out, and I immediately unconsciously adjust my tension to account for that. And that is usually the wrong move. So I don't like that. You know, I was planning on like trying this again with Passionate Kelsey's pattern instead, because she used a slightly different granny square pattern to make hers, and now she really loves the yarn and it comes out great. But I am just so frustrated, and I have so much else to do today. Like, I gotta go to work. I gotta get this edited too. I have more TikToks to film. Like, I don't think I'm going to try this again. I'm gonna finish this square, and I think we're just gonna call it a day because I am so over it. So let me finish up this outer round. We'll see where we're at. And then, I mean, I guess I can give my final thoughts, but I think you already know what I think. So let's do that. So here's what it ended up looking like. So what I'm seeing here is obviously this initial mishap kind of had a domino effect here. So in order to fix this area, I'm going to have to frog back 3 entire rows, because this dark gray row needs to be redone in order to fix this problem here, which is going to fix this problem up here, which should fix this problem here. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't want to do that. I started this square at 10 a.m. It is now 10:51. So this whole thing took me almost an hour between frogging it multiple times and just the amount of time it took to do the square. This is a very large square, honestly. And yeah, I really don't want to do it again. For one, I gotta go. I have to go to work. I don't have time for this anymore today. And for two, maybe if I tried a different pattern or if I kept at it, I could really master it. But that's not a technique that I feel is important to me. I've never done plan pooling, and I don't know that I ever will, and that's kind of what this is. As far as I understand, it is just kind of plan pooling, but I agree with people that it feels like yarn chicken every single round, and that's not fun. That's really stressful. As far as the actual yarn itself goes, it was fine to work with. It felt fine making the stitches. If I had to complain specifically about the yarn, it would be this like color bleeding that goes throughout. I don't really mind sort of a little bit of a messier look for some things, but if you don't like that, then some of this is just not going to be good for you. There's a lot of this, like these green speckles and weird bleeding. So I don't know. Is the yarn okay? I guess I'd give it maybe a solid 6 out of 10. As far as the concept of the color pooling, concept, great, 9 out of 10. Execution, 3 out of 10. I'm not really satisfied with that. I was excited to maybe make a sweater or cardigan with this, and now I have just completely nixed that idea. It's never gonna happen, and that's disappointing. So that's where I'm gonna leave it. Thank you for joining me. Remember to leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. How do you feel about this yarn? Did you get the square to work for you? Did you use the pattern included on the label? Did you use Kelsey's pattern or maybe even a different one? I definitely want to hear from you. Maybe someone can convince me to try it again, but I make no promises. So thank you for joining me. I will see you guys in the next one.